That's one of the best podcasts ever. Ever. Top 5 dead or alive.
Welcome to Pod Caviar. I'm your host, Tony, in the Ministry of Silly Talks with Graham in the building as usual. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm hanging in there, General. How you doing?
Amazing. I've been so prepared for this and so ready to podcast. We took a week off.
Yep.
And, let me unlock my phone. That happens.
It does.
I
think it's almost as...
It's necessary.
Yeah, it's almost as important as doing the podcast as taking small breaks here and there because both of our podcasts, what they have that a lot of other fledgling podcasts don't have is consistency.
Yeah.
I definitely am always doing podcasts. You're always doing podcasts. When I first started doing my podcast, I was doing 2 a week. I was doing Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. So
Thursday and Sunday.
You hit the ground running for real. Yeah.
And then that turned out to be too much. And then I figured out that, if every 8 weeks you take a week off, where's the harm in that?
Yeah. Where is the harm in that?
It's helping everybody out,
Yeah. And if we don't post a episode, then you can follow the 1 Gram Army on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Not Having It. And you have and you're always connected to us through social media.
Something.
So if we're not posting videos on YouTube or posting audio podcast episodes, yeah, you were always there.
Yeah, and if you follow the 1 Gram Army YouTube page, at least 3-4 times a year, I post some kind of weird psychedelic nonsense.
Yeah.
That'll at least
fucking awesome.
Keep you up at night.
Yeah. Another way that you can keep in touch with us is to subscribe to Game Caviar. You can do that by searching Game Caviar on Facebook or looking up Not Having It on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter. Well, Twitch, on Twitter and Twitch. Yeah, twitch.tv/not having it. What I have recently started doing is playing the podcast episodes during my live streams of video games.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great way to get more viewers and more listeners to our content, and it gives us an opportunity to interject here and there and then say almost like the director's commentaries, how they do the movies.
I would like to come over maybe in a couple weeks and we'll do a Game Caviar together. I just sit in on a gaming thing of some sort.
Okay, do that. Because I just I got the PC hooked up now. I got the another hard drive for my games. And then I've been streaming here pretty consistently, and I got it to where it's smooth and everything works well. So, yeah, just go in there. And then it's not like some top tier, some video game, some esports shit. It's just a guy having some beer, playing video games, and having fun. And that's what Game Caviar has always been.
Yep.
It was always just a guy having fun playing video games. It was the foundation to the Caviar empire. It allowed me to open up my shell, so to speak, and then this is what it blossomed into. So, yeah. Absolutely. It's amazing,
a pretty easy transition from that to podcasting.
Oh, yeah. Today's shirt of the episode is the Pod Caviar Synthwave shirt. You can get that on shirtcaviar.com under the 2019 collection. Graham is also wearing the Time's Up Dolphins shirt, available in the 2019 collection. We're still waging the war against Dolphins. Yep. It's going great.
They're rapists.
We've won battles on fronts on many occasions, and we're just we gotta beat them back.
Exactly.
And then
back at you, Dolphins.
Yeah, that's that's it. That's pretty much it.
That's the rallying cry.
If you haven't heard the episode, you go back and listen to the episodes where we talked about dolphins many a times.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not just one episode.
Right. Now, this is a continuing effort for us to get out the message that dolphins are not cute. They're not playful.
No.
They're just trying to get in your pants, so to speak.
They're really, all of that is all one big ploy to you being alone near a dolphin enclosure at some point in your life.
Right. And for those of you who still think we're bullshitting you, just Google dolphin rape caves. Look it up.
Look it up.
All right. We say facts don't matter a lot of times on our different podcasts, but this is fact.
Yeah, and we're trying to help you.
Yeah.
Trying to save your lives.
Yeah.
Yep. Or you can go swim with dolphins and
prepare for horror.
Yeah.
Prepare for horror. Prepare for horror.
Yeah, one or the other. You know, it doesn't matter at this point. We got our point across.
Yeah.
And either going to learn the lesson the easy way or the hard way.
Yep.
So
you want to go to jail, you want to go home.
Yeah.
You want to live or you want to get raped underwater by a giant intelligent mammal?
And then drowned and then let loose and then you float back up to the surface full of dolphin semen and you're just floating there face down and they're like, oh shit, there's the body.
And dolphins don't worry about rape kits.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. What are they going to do? They're going to prosecute a dolphin? No.
Yeah. Oh, well, look, we found some dolphin semen.
Yeah.
What are you going to get? Bill?
Dude, they've got
Billy
humans,
the bottlenose.
Yeah, they got humans so brainwashed that they can poke the body up to the surface and be swimming around and be like, oh, these dolphins, let us do it. And they're such good animals. They're not.
They did it.
They did it.
Yeah, so
they did it.
If you care at all about your fellow man, visit caviar.com and get your hands on this Time's Up dolphin shirt.
Yeah.
Because Time's Up, dolphins.
Yeah.
We're on to you.
Oh, yeah, we are. We're going to talk about the asteroid that almost hit Earth and was described as a city killer, one that everybody heard of, and it's described as sneaking up on us. And we're going to discuss how terrifying that is, that an asteroid that is considered a city killer can sneak up on us, and then we not hear about it until after it passed Earth.
Yeah,
so,
basically the size of like a house would have released the same kinetic energy, I believe, as like a large hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
Did they measure it in megatons, how big it would have been?
I hope so.
Let's see. I'll tell you what. You just do what you're going to do.
Yeah, I'm going to read this article from the Washington Post that I found by Allison Chiu, Chiu. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. This is a great article, though, Allison, and you did a great job. And I'm going to do the college thing and properly source my my information here. It starts off by saying Allie Duffy was confused. On Thursday, the astronomer's phone was suddenly flooded with calls from reporters wanting to know about the large asteroid that had just whizzed past Earth. And he couldn't figure out why everyone was so alarmed. He goes on to say, in quote, I thought everyone was getting worried about something that we knew was coming. Duffy, who was lead scientist at the Royal Institution of Australia, told the Washington Post, forecast had already predicted that a couple of asteroids would be passing relatively close to Earth this week. Then he looked up the details of the hunk of space rock named Asteroid 2019 OK. Quote, I was stunned, end quote. He said, this was a true shock. So
the people monitoring asteroids they're not people you want to be being caught by surprise.
Exactly.
You want those guys to generally be out in front of stuff.
Yeah, and then that one, and then the asteroid's name is 2019 OK. Nothing was okay about this whole incident.
Well, and I think it was kind of appropriate, too. I wonder who named it, where they're like, 2019, okay.
Yeah, maybe, I think that's what
that asteroid going to blow up New York?
Yeah,
2019. And I was like, okay.
Okay, all right. There it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. This asteroid wasn't one that scientists had long been tracking, and it had seemingly appeared from out of nowhere, quote unquote. Michael Brown, a Melbourne-based observational astronomer, told the Washington Post, according to data from NASA, the craggy rock was large, an estimated 57 to 130 meters wide, 187 to 427 feet for those of us that are from a country that has been to the moon, and moving.
We definitely get to decide how we measure distance.
Right.
Get to the moon and then come at me with that metric shit.
Exactly. And moving fast along a path that brought it within 73,000 kilometers, 45,000 miles of Earth. That's less than 1/5 of the distance to the moon and what Duffy considers uncomfortably close. So I was saying less than half, but it is 1/5. A fifth of the distance between Earth to the moon.
Well, I think this other thing we looked at had it at like 45 miles, but that may be inaccurate.
Yeah. So
regardless, a fifth of the distance between us and the moon for something flying through space is pretty goddamn close.
Yeah. So, I mean, and...
Now, let me ask you this, though, because I know you've been looking into this a lot. I remember when the story first happened, there was some speculation that they had been tracking it and that they caught it, I guess, like a couple days before it was going to graze by, and they decided against telling everyone.
Yeah, that was it. I guess they caught it. They knew about it, and then they picked it up again a couple days before, and then they did their trajectory simulations and all that, and they were like, no, it's not going to hit Earth. It's going to come close, but it's not going to hit us. So that's where it snuck up on us came. But my thing is that it snuck up on us outside of the people that are specifically tasked to keep track of this. But when like the head scientist is saying that, it snuck up on us, don't say that.
Right.
You know, like even if you knew about it and you knew that it wasn't going to hit us, but you weren't sure whether it was going to be this close or that far away. Like,
I was just saying, we already knew about that. Why are you guys freaking out?
Yeah.
Something.
And, I mean, he could have just diffused that whole situation.
Yeah.
Like, we knew about it, but it wasn't going to hit Earth, so why are y'all freaking out about it?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Like, what are you talking about? The fuck?
A fifth of the distance to the moon? You know how far away the moon is?
Yeah.
Space isn't, turns out space isn't that big, folks.
This is why they need to hire us as their PR reps. That way the phone rings, be like, we knew about that. I mean, come on. Like, come on. If we knew it was going to hit Earth, we would have said something. Did we say something?
A fifth of the distance to the moon? How big do you fucking think space is?
Right.
Get off my phone.
Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, go fuck yourself. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, call me when something actually happens.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really? You think that we would just let a whole city die and not say anything? We're the people that you are calling us. You're calling us. If it was something serious, it would be the other way around, right? Okay, bye.
Yeah,
Click.
exactly. Yeah, and then when you hang up the phone, you go and you take a big dump.
Yeah,
because you're horrified.
Yeah,
how fucking close that
asteroid is. Because you're like, what?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like, is it really that close for real? No, I'm gonna downplay it, but what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
1/5?
Wow. Of
Holy
the distance
shit.
to the moon?
To the moon?
Yeah.
One
fifth of the distance to the sun is a bit close.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
You know, as far
like,
as giant.
Like, no.
I looked it up too. They said it was 10 megatons, which is
10 megatons.
Yeah, which I believe is comparable to the blasted Bikini Atoll. It's a fifth of the strength of the Tsar bomb, which is the largest, which was 50 megatons. Yeah. This is all off the top of my head, folks, because I'm a sick person who worries about shit like this. Mm-hmm. But, you know, the Tsar bomb was a 50 megaton bomb. That's the largest thermonuclear weapon ever detonated ever in human history.
Right.
This was a fifth of that.
Yeah.
So big as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki are kilotons. You know, so these
is the step up of that.
Yeah, these are like hydrogen bombs.
Right.
So we're talking about a 10 megaton bomb, essentially.
Yeah.
We came within a fifth of the distance of the moon.
Yeah, of somebody getting fucking nuked from space.
Yeah,
bruh.
exactly.
This is Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
in a nutshell.
And it was wild too, because I just couldn't stop my mind from wandering on it. Because it's like, oh fuck, what if it hit Chicago, or what if it hit New York, or what if it hit fucking Mumbai?
Yeah.
Or Calcutta.
Yeah.
Where there's, you know, or fucking Shanghai.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Or
Beijing.
Like
Mexico City, where it's dense as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, god damn. It
and then it's
level
like,
that place.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, the only consolation you could take, I guess, is that 75% of the Earth is water. So the odds are it would land in water. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I feel like if you blew up a 10 megaton bomb close enough to the shore of somewhere,
it's going to cause a big ass wave. Yeah, it's going to cause a tsunami. Even in that movie when Morgan Freeman was the president and that asteroid hit the planet, it hit in water, and the tsunami was so big that it covered New York and all that shit. It was called Deep Impact. That was the name of it. And I remember Deep Impact and Armageddon came out at pretty much the same. Armageddon was more of the Hollywood take on that, where Deep Impact was more of a realistic Hollywood turn of that. But of that
Oh
event.
shit! Bikini
But, yeah.
Atoll was 42 megatons. Sorry. That
Oh
was
shit!
Quite.
Yeah,
large.
no, 40. Yeah,
I mean,
Bikini
it's
Atoll is. You know what? That's a story in itself because those people, their flag is fashioned after the United States flag, and that in their language, it says it on the flag that America pretty much owes them an apology, and like they are owed reparations because we came through and destroyed that whole thing.
Probably made quite a bit of it pretty uninhabitable.
Yeah.
And 42 megatons is no hope. But I mean, a 10 megaton bomb is not like,
Yeah, that's nothing to fucking sleep on.
If you dropped a 10 megaton bomb on fucking Atlanta, there'd be,
there'd be no
there'd
Atlanta.
be very little Atlanta left.
Yeah, they'd be like the outskirts of Atlanta.
Yeah,
but yeah,
maybe.
Nah, yeah.
You might save
and
a
you're not
couple of
going there
cheesecake factories.
anytime. Yeah.
New.
Yeah,
New.
it's done.
Yeah.
So, ugh.
But that was just floating around out there, man.
Yeah.
Fucking-
And I mean, they say it again. It snuck up on us pretty quickly. Said Brown, an associate professor in Australia with Monash University. His new University School of Physics and Astronomy. He later noted, people are only sort of realizing what happened pretty much after it's already flung past us. No shit. It was going like 54,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
The asteroid's presence was discovered only earlier this week by separate astronomy teams in Brazil and the United States. Information about its size and path was announced just hours before it shot past Earth, Brown said. It shook me out my morning complacency.
I imagine.
Which is weird.
I imagine.
What the fuck is that?
Imagine
bro?
it did.
It shook me out of my morning complacency. Wow.
I'm a little concerned that there's a guy whose job it is to track fucking asteroids that are
Right.
coming at Earth who's like, my usual complacency.
It shook me out of my normal complacency. I don't know. It snuck up on us. What do
Yeah.
you want me to say here?
Yeah, like they have one of those.
Come on.
They have like one of those seals on their door, like Asteroid Defense Department, and in Latin it says complacency. Vigilance,
dude,
vigilance,
it's so
warning,
weird.
complacency.
He said it's probably the largest asteroid to pass this close to Earth in quite a number of years. So how did this event almost go unnoticed? They said first, there's an issue of size. Duffy said the asteroid 2019 is a sizable chunk of rock, but it's nowhere near as big as the ones capable of causing an event like the dinosaurs' extinction. This is what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
It's all about the size, and they're looking for big extinction level event asteroids, as opposed to smaller city killers like this one was. Which is cool, but, kind of sort of want to know about both of them.
It's an interesting thing, too, because that happened, and then immediately after people found out, they kept being like, yeah, but fucking that guy misgendered that person, or fucking, you know what I mean? Or like, these goddamn liberals are trying to take over the country, and I'm like, do you understand?
That a great number of us almost got destroyed by something from space?
Yeah.
Something from space, not another country.
Yeah.
From space.
Yeah, and understand too that the that yield of an explosion is still going to create radioactive dust.
Yeah.
It's still going to cloud a giant area of the planet in ash and fallout, and
it's a big thing.
It's
dude.
a huge and you would think that maybe just fucking maybe that faced with that realization that we all just came super close to losing a city, excuse me, that maybe someone in the political spectrum would have been like, hey, everybody, let's use this as an opportunity to step back from our bullshit for a second.
Yeah, let's put more money into this shit.
Yeah, let's all, I think we can all agree that we should be funding.
Yeah.
If we want to keep having these arguments, we're going to need a fucking planet that functions.
Yeah.
We're going to need an ecosystem to live in, or these arguments are moot.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They said nothing this size was easy to detect. Duffy said of Asteroid 2019, you're really relying on reflected sunlight, and even at closest approach, it was barely visible with a pair of binoculars.
Oh I understand too how I don't understand how complicated their job is, which is what gives me the understanding of how fucking impossible it would be to find something that equates to like a pebble in space.
Yeah.
That's coming at you.
Yeah, and he said it had an eccentric orbit and speed were also likely factors in what made spotting it ahead of time challenging. It's very elliptical orbit, quote unquote, takes it from, quote, beyond Mars to within the orbit of Venus, unquote. which means the amount of time it spends near Earth is where it's detectable isn't long. He said as it approached Earth, the asteroid was traveling around 24 kilometers per second. He said that nearly 54,000 miles per hour. By contrast, other recent asteroids that flew by Earth clocked in between 4 and 19 kilometers per second, 8,900 to 42,500 miles per hour. So
yeah, well, and there was the Chelyabinsk meteor a few years ago that came super close to Russia.
Oh yeah, no, that's shit all over Russia. Like, no, they have videos of that where it was like breaking the sound barrier close to the ground, shattering windows. It really shit on Russia.
Yeah, and they said the seismic event was the equivalent to the blast yield of 400 kilotons. So that's a much smaller nuclear weapon.
Yeah. If you look up the video
which
on
is
that
still
shit,
26 times the amount of the energy released at Hiroshima. But see, so that was a pretty small one.
Right.
That would fortunately actually hit the ground in a very remote part of Russia. We definitely didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. No, it was in a city, dude. It wasn't in a remote part. They have videos
well, that's
of
where
like
they saw it. But I'm saying where it actually finally
when it landed, it was in a
very remote part of Russia.
Right.
Because it came in, but it came over.
Yeah,
you know, what is it? Kamensk is where it came over. That's where all the videos came from. Yeah, and it was, they said the light was brighter than the sun. It's a fucking horrific event to even consider.
Even seeing an asteroid in day, I've seen an asteroid in daytime, and even that shit is crazy.
What he means is Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
The dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
It says so much about how good at 80s babies we are that if I play any Ghostbusters clip, there's no complaint and we both stop talking. Make a hole. Sorry, Ghostbusters clip coming through here.
This is the greatest quote of this whole article. It says, "It should worry us all. Quite frankly," he said, "it's not a Hollywood movie. It is a clear and present danger."
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God. Oh my God, yes. It ain't a Hollywood movie, sweetheart. It's a clear and present danger.
This could have made a very deep impact.
If it hit it, it would have almost been like Armageddon.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Could you imagine the state of the world if this would have happened on Independence Day?
Will Smith knows, by the way.
Will Smith
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Will Smith
These men
knows.
are consummate snowball artists.
Will Smith knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
If this wasn't your podcast, I'd turn your microphone off.
Damn, but he definitely said, "Is it in a Hollywood movie? It's a clear and present danger."
This asteroid could have been a real Terminator.
Jesus Christ.
This asteroid could have really been Kindergarten Cop.
You motherfucker, you.
Damn, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's like this article goes on, and it's like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty much just repeating itself over and over again. But I definitely had to say that one. It was a clear and present danger.
That's so good that was
so
a real quote.
Crazy. Yeah.
This isn't a Hollywood movie. This is Chicken Run. Sorry,
Like,
do this
what
all day.
the fuck, bro?
Speaking of Hollywood movies, have you seen the deep fake where Keanu Reeves is Scarface yet?
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, I could play it on the podcast, but it would just be people would just hear the Scarface
Yeah,
audio.
yeah.
You have to see it, but remind me when we're done. I'll show it
Okay.
to you, and I encourage your listeners to go out and look it up because
Yes, please do that.
it's
I
something.
saw it where it
it's
was like,
something about Keanu Reeves' face because like. And I'm not talking shit about Keanu Reeves by any stretch. The man has been a constant in my life from Bill and Ted all the way to now. But he has like a very neutral face.
Yeah.
When he holds his face still, it doesn't appear that there's a lot going on.
Right.
So it makes it a very malleable face for those deep fakes as far as like facial tracking goes. And it's probably the best one I've seen. And it's
Really?
great too because it's only a couple minutes long because, excuse me, the people who do those obviously are genius and also understand that like, couple minutes in, you get it.
Yeah.
But it is fun. It's fucking cool.
That's awesome, man. They also did the one where have you ever seen Last Action Hero?
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah. Okay, they did
that
a
asteroid
deep
could have
fake.
been a real Last Action Hero. Sorry.
They did one where I don't know when you remember in a movie where like Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't the star. He thought that he was like living in that.
Yeah.
He was in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So they went to like the Blockbuster and they saw the Terminator, but it was Sylvester Stallone was Terminator, and then they did a deep fake where they made Sylvester Stallone. They put him as the
Oh,
Terminator.
I haven't seen that. That's pretty
shit
good.
Was crazy. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Hell yeah,
I do
bruh.
like a Last Action Hero. When I was a kid, really like tweaked something weird in my brain where I was like, man, it kind of fucked up the way I watch movies to this day. Cause I'm like, man, if I had the golden ticket, I'd go in there and tell those motherfuckers to stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It really
I would do
warped
too.
my sense of reality.
Yeah. And it to me, I liked it, man. I saw that movie like twice in the movie theater, and I've seen it a bunch of times since then. And it's a movie that when I bring it up, a lot of people really don't. They kind of know about it, but they haven't really seen it, and it's like,
well, you know how big of an Arnie fan I am.
Yeah, and it was a pretty big movie when it came
it's
out.
Not on
though.
the top of my list, but I think conceptually, it's just a real mind.
No, it was great when they were like chasing the dudes, and he got into the ice cream truck, and he exploded the ice cream truck, and the ice cube or the ice cream cone went through the dude's forehead.
Oh yeah,
Last Action Hero was awesome, bro.
What about this?
Oh shit.
Hey McBain, I'm a big fan, but your last movie really sucked.
I know. There were script problems from day one.
Yeah, I'll say. Magic ticket my ass, McBain.
Maria, my mighty heart is breaking.
Classic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're definitely getting flagged for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's going down.
21st Century Fox is going to be like, we're going to keep an eye on
21st Century Fox, before you sue us, hire us.
Yeah.
Because we have.
Yeah, maybe see where this content is
There's two
coming
guys right
from.
here that know a lot of shit about making good shit that people like.
And if you don't.
You have a whole package of people right here with a lot of talent.
And if you don't already fucking have it, just go get the rights to MacGyver and Knight Rider and let us go to work.
Yeah.
Let's go to fucking
do
work.
it. Yeah.
21st Century Fox.
Because we already pitched that shit.
Nope.
And it was a great fucking pitch. Let us do this.
Yeah.
We
We're
can
going to
do
walk
this
that
shit.
one down.
Yeah.
We
got to.
We'll at least, I
to.
think we could at least write like a YouTube original.
We could do that.
10, 20 minute short.
Yeah.
You know?
We can do that.
Yeah. You could
We
pitch
can
to somebody to
definitely
have
do
them
that.
shoot
Or
as a
we
pilot.
we can come up with like our version of those characters and integrate them into Caviar City.
Possibly.
Either or, it doesn't
I
matter
don't
to me.
know.
At this point, it doesn't matter to me because I'm like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna come after us. We're gonna get famous either way. Like,
You just
so
write
what
it
are
and you
gonna do?
pitch it and you figure out who owns the rights and
Yeah, and then
I'm
you
sure
go
it's
from
easy,
there.
man. It's easy. To
Yeah,
become
it's
a famous
easy.
filmmaker.
No,
Do
yeah,
it.
we're about to do it.
I'm pretty sure that's what
we're,
Martin Scorsese
we're pretty
did.
soon. Yeah, we're gonna do it. You know,
Oh fuck! I didn't talk about the Irishman trailer on my goddamn podcast.
that's a good. We can talk about it now because we're
Fuck.
we're done talking about this asteroid.
fuck. Yeah,
Pretty
I
much,
feel
yeah. To
bad,
wrap this
though.
up, we talked about the asteroid 2019. Okay, it whizzed by Earth at 54,000 miles per hour, and it was 43 miles away from Earth. It was described as a city killer. It almost killed a ton of fucking people.
Yeah.
And then we just heard about it after it went by.
Once
I
it
feel
was
sorry
passed.
for whatever it crashes into. Hopefully, it's just a dead
Yeah.
planet and not like a civilization where like two alien guys are in a podcast room, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
and Yeah, that would be ugly.
And that would be fucking the end of it. That's
Jeez.
crazy.
Yeah, my guess is though it's
they sacrificed their lives so that we can continue to make podcasts and be famous. So thank you, alien people that get killed.
yeah, and so
from
why
this
don't you
fucking asteroid.
fucking subscribe to the 1
subscribe?
Gram Army
Yeah,
and
subscribe.
fucking Pod Caviar.
Subscribe to 1 Gram
Get
Army
on it.
Pod Caviar, and then patronize Shirt Caviar. We've been telling you this. We're not saying this because we're just fucking with you. We're not coming to you home by home just because we're doing this because
we don't think it's funny.
You could die tomorrow, so subscribe today.
You-
Oh, that's a good slogan. Write that shit down. You could die tomorrow, so subscribe today. We've done it again. We have done it again.
Oh yeah,
I
forgot.
mean,
yeah, that you know what,
unbelievable. We
though?
have done it again.
That I keep forgetting to do it. I meant to do it on my podcast, but I keep meaning to when I mention Shirt Caviar to be like,
Yeah,
go shirt yourself and maybe even shirt your pants at shirttocaviar.com.
exactly. Yeah. Come on.
I saw these designs and I
got it.
immediately shirted myself. Yep.
Yeah,
Get it, folks?
goddamn.
It sounds like shitted myself.
Yeah.
You know, like when you poop your pants.
Yeah. I hate the people that you have to explain shit like that to. Damn.
They're
Go to
the
Short Caviar and
worst
shirk
people,
yourself.
dude. There are so many people out there.
It's weird.
Where you make like a real basic pun.
Yeah. And they give you that blank, glassy-eyed stare.
And then when
like,
you explain it, they're like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, it wasn't funny in the first fucking.
Yeah.
The point of it is
No.
that it wasn't funny, but everybody would get it.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's
it's
it.
a pun.
That's it. That's it. Oh.
Eat
I hate
shirt.
it. Golly.
Yeah. Hey, can we close out the podcast by listening to the that promo I made again? 'Cause I really like it.
How far have we gone along?
We're right at 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
We can talk about the Irishman if you want.
Yeah, let's talk about the Irishman.
Okay, I do want to break this down. And actually, because I've enjoyed how this podcast is going so well, I'm going to post this as a bonus episode of my podcast as like a... Because, every now and then...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh, God. Am I going to burp or throw up?
Oh, God.
There
it is. It's a burp. It's
no,
a burp.
it was definitely a burp from the beginning, but... while I was just talking about how well this podcast was going, a near miss barf.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil the listeners. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
we don't want you to
can't-
we don't want you to get too comfortable.
Yeah,
we
don't
want to
get
keep
too far
everybody
out
on
in
your
front of
toes.
yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna post this as a bonus to mine
last week's
anyway.
episode was really good, so this week's episode is going to be just.
It's gonna be even better.
Nah.
Oh man, it is
You
hard.
never know.
It's hard to follow one up with the
Whoa,
other,
what?
buddy.
Yeah, you never know. As soon as you press play, you're opening that fucking layman's configuration.
Yeah,
who knows?
But yeah, so the trailer for The Irishman finally came out. There were a billion fake trailers on YouTube forever, and there was this idiot I work with who continuously kept showing me these fake trailers, and I'm like,
what?
Dude,
Really?
Cause see, all right, let's walk it back. So I Heard You Paint Houses, which is the book that movie is based on.
Is it good? I heard it was good.
If you haven't read a book in a while and you need to read a book, it's that book.
Really?
It is a page turner. The subject of the movie / the book is this dude named Frank Sheeran, who, outside of the fact, alleges involvement in the Kennedy assassination and says he's the man who killed Jimmy Hoffa. He also definitely was in a unit in World War II that spent 411 consecutive days in combat on a beachhead in Germany.
Shit.
Or in France, sorry.
Yeah, probably France. I don't think beach.
There's not a lot of beaches in Germany.
No, I don't think so.
But so during World War II, though, the man, listen to what I said. 411 consecutive days of
over
combat.
A year, right?
Yeah,
that's over a
It's
year.
more than
Yeah.
365 for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, we've proved on the last episode of my podcast we're not super good at math. Although, what was crazy was it turned out your math was pretty correct, and when I was listening to it, I was like, yeah, that's actually some pretty simple math. A third of 7 billion, not that hard to come up with. But I digress. I
Even when we pull shit out of our ass, we still,
I wasn't feeling super confident that day that real basic math was working in here. But yeah, so his unit did definitely spend 411 days unabated in combat. So you can imagine how many people he saw die.
Oh, boy.
Dude, he was talking about there'd be weeks where everyone around him would be different because people just kept coming in, dying, coming in, dying, coming in, dying. Yeah. So obviously when he came back to the world, he was a bit desensitized and fell into organized crime,
Of course.
But his story is phenomenal. I encourage people to read the book, and I really would like people because the one thing I would give credit to the trailer for is that even though they changed the name of the movie to The Irishman instead of the book, which is called I Heard You Paint Houses, there are all these Easter eggs in the trailer that are people's favorite parts of the book.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a great the guy is. He's the only Irish person to ever be named in a La Cosa Nostra indictment. You know what I mean? Mayor Giuliani, when he was a prosecutor, had this guy's name at the top of a list of East Coast mafia figures.
Damn.
And he's an Irish dude.
Yeah.
And all he did was whack motherfuckers.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not like the Iceman either, in that he was involved in unions. It's a very complicated story. He was involved in protecting Jimmy Hoffa, the master freight agreement that unionized truck drivers and the Teamsters Union and all these. He's actually responsible for a lot of, or Jimmy Hoffa and the Teamsters are actually responsible for quite a few massive advancements in workers' rights. Excuse me, even though they're pocketing a lot of money off the deal. Which is what the government didn't appreciate. And then obviously there's a bunch of money on the table, organized crimes involved. There's a lot of like people getting clipped.
Yeah.
But I read that book like in the early to mid 2000s. And like, I think in 2010 was when they finally announced they were going to make a movie. So I've been waiting a decade for this movie to be made. Martin Scorsese. It's got Al Pacino. Joe Pesci. Robert De Niro. All-star cast. I'm super scared it's going to be bad.
Really?
I'm terrified. I'm terrified at the prospect that it's going to be bad. And I promise you, I'm going to sit, when it comes out, I'm going to sit down and watch it, assuming it's going to be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's supposed to be on Netflix.
It's going to be on Netflix, yeah. I guess they're going to do like a limited theatrical release, but that basically just means New York and LA.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking,
that's it.
Those are, the Asteroid missed a couple opportunities there. But the, I don't know. I feel like at this point, it will almost have to be like, it's definitely going to have to be better than The Departed, considering how long it took to make. But I'm saying it's going to have to be like,
I don't think it's,
I think it's going to have to be on par with Goodfellas to.
Ooh, that's a high fucking bar.
Look at this movie though,
That's
right?
a high
Look
bar,
at this
bro.
movie. This is basically the ultimate culmination of a mafia story, right? We're talking about Kennedy, killing Hoffa, the Teamsters Union.
Right.
The guy, his book is about being in Chicago, about being in Philadelphia, about being in New York, about being in New Orleans. Like it's like he is like connected to all of these massive events. So if you're these actors and you're the writers and you're Martin Scorsese, what choice do you have but to make like your opus? You know what I mean? Like what choice do you have to make?
So you want it to be bigger than Goodfellas, or bigger than Goodfellas, and then
bigger maybe a stretch.
I mean, bigger is. I think it's already bigger than those,
but better,
but quality wise. Yeah.
And you also have to understand too,
I think it'll be
is
better than The Departed, but I don't know about Goodfellas, bro. Goodfellas is
The Departed is kind of a low bar, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like The Departed is, everyone in it performed great.
Yeah.
But the writing was real brutal and the story was super contrived and hard to get through.
It was.
They were like star-studded cast, let Scorsese direct it, and then what you end up with is something incredibly entertaining.
Yeah.
But this can't be that.
No.
Dude, do you know how old these fucking people are?
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese. Like, this will have to be the opus.
Yeah.
You'll have to be able to put this on your shelf next to Goodfellas and Casino or it's a flop, in my opinion.
You know what? I think you're the first person that I know that have said that, and I trust your opinion, and I value your opinion, and I'm going to get on this train with you, and I agree with you because
it has to be held to that standard.
Yeah,
Not
because
to
of all the people that are in
it.
Yeah, and it has been a while because I have heard about this a long time ago, and it's still, and now we just getting a trailer for it. But I appreciate them taking their time and this, and then going from looking at this and seeing how long it took for this and then comparing it to like Caviar City and then how we're taking our time and doing this.
Yeah.
It's that people will still follow it if they believe in it. And just like people believe in Caviar City, people have believed in this movie. So I think they're going to deliver something that is great and it's going to be amazing. And I want it to be up there with Goodfellas and like Casino.
I am a little concerned about
you
comparing Martin Scorsese's legacy to Caviar City, but I appreciate the energy.
Yeah, we got to. If we're going to compare it to anything, I would compare it to the top and not the room down here at the bottom.
Yeah, look, if you're a fucking sports fan and you think your team's going to win the World Series, you think your team's going to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of every season, otherwise why the fuck are you showing up?
Exactly.
Nah, I can appreciate that because that's my take on it.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to play the trailer, and it's be sort of up to you. I think when I drop it as an episode of my podcast on YouTube, I will rip the trailer.
Yeah.
But you could also do it for your YouTube videos. Just at this point, stop the still image. You could rip the trailer and just play it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that there you have a visual element, and people who are listening to it can go and whip out their phones.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'll probably just put up an annotation on the video and then just tell you guys and just link it.
Yeah.
I'll link it and then we'll do that. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, but if you have not seen it yet, it's time.
Check it out. Yeah.
Hello.
Yep, sorry, me again. Just so that people are aware who haven't read the book, the phrase "I heard you paint houses" is Jimmy Hoffa asking the guy if he kills people, because painting houses means you're a hitman.
Yeah.
So
you're fucking.
Sorry, I guess maybe that was a little obvious, but just in case people aren't
no,
familiar.
I knew it as soon as he said it, but I know a lot of people. I recognize that a lot of people won't know what the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he also mentions in the book, he says, and you do your own carpentry, which means you get rid of the bodies. Yeah, which is a whole other dope ass part of the book where he talks about
that's crazy.
Where he talks about how when he goes to Chicago, the first chapter where he's in Chicago, the first line is like, if you can't make money in Chicago, you're a putz. Because he was like, he says they leave them in the streets.
Oh,
like he's like, because he was saying he was just going around Chicago whacking motherfuckers and just walking away. Like they don't dispose of them, they don't put them in a special murder house, they don't put their bodies in 55-gallon drums, they leave them on the fucking sidewalk.
Damn.
Because every mafia murder in Chicago in the 50s and 60s was meant to send a message.
Okay,
now here we go.
Yeah,
stoked for that one.
Yeah.
All right.
So check out the Irishman trailer.
I think I'd rather fucking take this pen though and jab it in my nuts than sit through a Joe Rogan clip. I'm not trying to be mean.
No. Let's
trailer.
Yeah, no.
Or you just want to watch it like together?
Watch it together. Okay. And we can record. I want to record it because I have some thoughts on it. So I want to record it as like a B-sides of my episode. But for anybody who's listening to this episode, we have come to the end of Pod Caviar Season 4, Episode 7. The shirt of the episode was a Pod Caviar Synthwave shirt and the Time's Up Dolphin shirt.
Because dolphins fuck people without their consent.
Exactly. Both of those are available on shirtcaviar.com and the 2019 collection. Check it out. As I said, in August, the biggest supporters of Shirt Caviar will get free shirts mailed to them, and there will be a sneak peek of the 2020 collection, which will drop January 1st, 2020. We talked about the City Killer Asteroid, which is Asteroid 2019 OK, which came within 40 miles of hitting Earth, and we talked about how crazy that is.
That's an old penitentiary trick.
There was something that came up the other day when I said that out loud, and I was like, God damn it, this podcast is invading my life.
Fucking my life up. Yeah, no, I was at work the other day, and somebody did something, and I was like, that's an old penitentiary trick. And 2 other people got it, which is not a good sign.
Yeah.
This should not be spreading.
Right, yeah. We talked about that. We talked about, what else did we talk about? We talked about some other crazy stuff too, but we ended with the Irishman trailer about Jimmy Hoffa and JFK, and we're going to solve the JFK assassination, and that will probably be the last day. No, we talked about the babushka lady, so we're building up to that. Yeah, so
we'll fix it.
Yeah, we're going to solve that, and then we're going to both be whacked, and that's going to be the end of our podcast. Before then,
not a bad way to go.
Subscribe. No, it's not. Subscribe to the 1 Gram Army. Subscribe to Pod Caviar, and then stay abreast of everything that we post until the end. Caviar City is coming. We're going to start shooting very soon. The script is in work right now. The story is amazing. And that's Graham. I'm Tony. This has been Pod Caviar. Thank you for supporting us since day one. We love you, and we're out.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.